Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I am cooking. Today's meal, try not to be so shaky, is a crock pot meal. It's not an easy crock pot meal. It's red beans and rice. I wish I would have come on earlier, but all I've done so far, well, this is what I've done so far. I washed the beans. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I washed the beans, and these are the beans I used. It's a 2-pound bag of Pappy's Pantry. He looks like a Pappy. Anyway, so wash the beans, drain them. I didn't soak them. I actually forgot, but I guess it doesn't matter because I'm cooking them in a crock pot. And let's see, I chopped up some onion, one onion, about one medium onion, and I've added some garlic, let me get the ingredients. I've added some garlic. Okay, this kind of garlic here. It's just minced garlic. Added about a teaspoon, maybe half a teaspoon, not quite a teaspoon. Then some onion powder, some Tony Chachere's Creole mix, some garlic powder, and some dehydrated sweet bell peppers. I had some red bell peppers, but I didn't have any green, so I just used this instead. I'm forgetting to tell y'all something. Oh yeah, I always add, like, if I chop up an onion, I still add onion powder. I don't know why. I don't even know if it's necessary. Like, I did this in the minced garlic. I don't think it's necessary, but I just do. And I added, this is about at least 6 to 8 cups of water. So I added some water, and then I came back. The water was under the top of the beans, so I added some more. Which it really doesn't matter. I'm still in the cooking stage, the early cooking stages, so I can adjust my seasonings if the water diluted it too much. And I always see Trinity's with parsley in it, but I don't know if I'm gonna add parsley. Okay, so also in the microwave, I have some bacon unthawed. This is some unhealthy beans, but this is how my husband likes them. And I'm adding some Zumos. Zumos are good for seasoning food. Like if you're adding sausage to your food, like spaghetti or just any type of foods that you might be, I can't think of off the top of my head, that you might want to add food to. Zumos are really good sausages for adding to foods, and like beans or whatever, because they have a really good flavor, and the flavor, it really comes out in the food. So those are good. That's a little tip for you. If you want some good sausage to add to your foods, try Zumos. These are, I think they're, no, these aren't the hot ones. They come in hot, so pay attention, because see how it says hickory smoked here, and there's a little flame. I think that's how the hot looks, like a flame also. I might be wrong, but I think so. So yeah, pay attention to that when you buy them, because you don't want to get the spicy. If you don't want the spicy, just pay attention. These are not the hot ones. And just any kind of bacon. I don't tend to use, like, what do you call it? I'm just waking. I fell asleep, I woke back up, so my brain is all over the place. It's 10:20 in the morning. Okay, so what am I trying to tell you guys? Oh, I don't like to use like ham hocks anymore. I'll use like smoked turkey when I'm cooking. Think like greens or beans or anything like that. But I don't know. They seem to be saltier than just regular bacon. Even though bacon is not good, it's the badness factor it's worse in like ham hocks and stuff like that, neck bones. So I just use this now. And for like if I'm using pinto beans, I try to use like turkey, smoked turkey instead. I try to use smoked turkey as much as possible, but I don't like too much like the flavor. It's okay when you make red beans and rice. I use sausage. I try to stick to the traditional way of cooking red beans and rice, which is sausage. But I shouldn't even say traditional because I'm going to add ground meat. Most time people just add sausages, but you can add any kind of meat you want. I'm going to add some ground meat to this, which is thawing out in the sink, and bacon and sausage. So I'm adding 3 meats. So that's what's going on. It was like kind of not boiling, but it was pretty hot. Now it kind of cooled off because I just added some water. It's still hot though. But yeah, that is what we're cooking today. And I'm going to make some cornbread with this. But I'll come back on. It's just, I started this at 8. It's 10:22 now. This is the time. And I'm going to use this. I made my breakfast on this, but I'm going to use this to cook the sausage. Anytime you add meat to a dish, like a, where you need to, let me see, like a gumbo, beans, or any kind of beans or whatever, I try to cook the meat first, especially if you're going to use like a pork bone or whatever. Cook that first to get some of that fat out. You don't need that much fat in your food. So yeah, I always cook it first. I'm going to saute the sausages on here and the bacon and cook the ground meat before I add it all in. It's always, whatever dish you use, is good to cook the meat first, unless the recipe requires you to not cook it. You must add it in raw. That's another tip, because it'll taste a whole lot better, trust me. Alright, so I'll be back on, let's see, it's been 2.5 hours. I'll be back on, I'll try another 2 hours. By like maybe 1 o'clock maybe. Somewhere either 2 hours or about 1 o'clock or so, I'll come back on and show you where I'm at. By then, I think I'm going to add the meat in about 2 hours. Really, no rhyme or reason to that. It's just, it's no reason I'm doing that. It's just how I cook it. You can add the meat now, but I just like to let these flavors develop and then incorporate the meat. Just me being me and extra as usual. But it's something you don't necessarily have to do. Alright. Okay, so I've cooked the meat. Let me take the lid off. I've cooked the meat. I don't know why the light is on, but I hope y'all can see because my phone's light is on. This is the bacon. This is the ground meat and sausage. And I cooked it. The skillet is dirty, but I'm just going to show y'all. I cooked it in here. Everything in here, and I drained the meat. I drained each meat, the sausage and ground meat and bacon. So I added it in before I came on camera, but that's, ooh, I dropped a piece of meat. So now let me stir it up. This is really, really full. The beans have swelled up so much. They soak up so much water. So I'm just stirring, and then once I get it all incorporated, I'm going to do a little taste test. And I know I need to add some more water, not too much more. But yeah, this is how everything is looking. Let me get the bacon stirred up. So hold on, let me stir this up right quick. Okay, one thing I forgot to add are bay leaves. I should have added this in the very beginning, but what I'll do, I'll just leave them in here after it's done cooking, because normally you take them out before you serve. The flavor will still come out of the leaves and they'll get too strong. Excuse me, hold on. Okay, so depending on how much you have is how many bay leaves you have. So this is a large pot, so I'm going to add 2 big leaves. and then just like one little one. So it's 2.5 total. So yeah, these are all stirred up. So now what I'm going to do, because they look done, but I don't know if the beans are tender, and I'll just let the meat incorporate some and add a little more water to help things blend better. Excuse me. So yeah, well now I'm gonna do is do a taste test after I add the water and see, like, I have all my ingredients, spices there, and I'll see if I'll need anything else added. Okay, so I cook with this water, the Great Value purified drinking water. Sometimes I use water from the sink, but I mainly like to use that. Okay, it doesn't need too much water. So, if anything, I'll probably just add a little more Tony's. I probably won't need the other seasonings. And I only added the water because I'm going to let it cook some more, to let the flavors of the meat and bay leaves get incorporated into the beans. And then make sure they're tender. Okay, so that's all for now, and I'll come back on and let you know how it tastes. And I'm gonna cook my cornbread off camera. It's pretty easy. It's just gonna be Jiffy cornbread from the box, and then we'll plate up and serve. Alright, one moment. Or well, I'll see y'all in a bit.